Welcome to another episode of Wormhole Extremists. My name is David Reed, and I'm with Yvie Cahill.
Good evening, good afternoon, good night,
Good morning.
wherever you are.
And Nicole Rodriguez Galdo.
Hello.
Hello, guys. How are ya?
Doing well. Very excited to watch two exceptional episodes back to back.
I will say they are two bangers.
They are two
Mash.
bangers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
they are two
got
bangers.
Cold Lazarus and the Nox.
Yes.
So there's definitely some pedigree today that we're going to.
And some like important episodes as well, like the Jack's character development,
Correct.
and introducing
Introduction of
us
a
to
cool
one of the
species.
important races. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's good
I want to
stuff.
share a fun fact about this one, which is that this is one of the examples of an episode I watched in the wrong order. So I saw Enigma before I saw this one. Because I had because of the way I had access to individual DVDs from my dad.
Right.
So I heard about the Nox, I kept being like, what do these people do? They're sick. I need to go watch the Nox.
Right.
And then I finally got my hand on the Nox DVD and I was like, right.
Yeah, you get to
And
the
then
end of the episode. They're quite an enigma. It's
Yeah.
like they're quite the force.
And I got
So-
They
confused
really are.
initially about what was going on because I was like, well, why are they being cool? You know, what's
Right.
this Fenry doing? What's this? I want to see the
Yeah.
Nox. You know, it's all that. So
It's the reveal at the end that they can do what they do.
yeah,
Exactly.
Uh,
They're like magicians.
What did you guys think about the State of the Gate conversation yesterday? Were you informed?
That
I
was
was not
left more,
entirely
left more
on.
confused?
I was informed
think-
after, like as in like
Yeah.
before I went in very clueless. By the end, I was like, nice.
It
you know?
covered a lot of really important stuff. And I'm really glad that Darren summarized it at the end.
He does.
He's like, these are my takeaways. And I was like, oh, thank God. Because it was just so much to take in. And I
Right.
listened to the whole thing like after it had happened. Yeah, it was a lot of information, but important stuff. And Jenny, always is amazing.
She's a freight train of information.
I was
The
I
thing
know.
is, you
I
have
don't
to
think she
keep
took
up
a
with her.
breath.
I don't think she
Yeah.
does either. No.
And I
there's
really want to
something-
see her like organizational charts because that's usually how my brain works as
That's
well.
what-
well,
I'm
with her
still waiting
Excel
to get that from
spreadsheets of
her.
like of
Yeah.
all the different like shows and stuff. Oh, that was
Yes,
exciting.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
I
is
did that
true.
for books once, and then I got too many and went, oh, I just don't even care anymore.
Well,
I
was
did that for Lord
was
of the
so
Rings.
well known. I was so well known in high school for my organizational charts and
This
like,
makes sense to
little
me. I can
explosive
see that.
diagrams that when I graduated,
You're my worst nightmare.
my history teacher actually asked me for all of the ones that I'd made for my history class, and he
Wow.
used them as like documents that he distribute to all the other students.
Wow.
God,
So,
you're like
yeah.
such a you're one of those kids in school. I was the
Yeah.
nightmare child where they'd be like, Nicole, did you get your book and your homework? I actually went to a board game night the other night with my friend, and he has a friend who's like significantly older than him. And this teacher who hated me turned up to play board games with me, and I was like, oh no, because my science teacher,
Uh-oh.
and I like really didn't like her. Not as a person, I'm sure she's fine, but as a teacher, I hated her. We did not get along, and I was like, hi, I'm sorry, I was so bad in school.
And you played the game with the. Was it good? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, she was great. And
There
I was
you
like,
go.
I'm sorry I never came in with my homework or my textbook. Apologies. And also I'm about to rob you. Thanks. You know?
That's a Robbie.
We're
What game
playing
were you playing?
Citadels.
Oh, I haven't
Okay.
played that.
So good. So yeah.
Jeez. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and invite people to queue up Cold Lazarus.
Yep.
Mhm.
This episode carries with it the baggage from the feature film.
Yes,
It was one of
does.
those. I think it's a Brad Wright episode, and it was. Is it Brad's? Let me see here.
It is
Thank you.
Jeffrey
Someone to know.
K. King who wrote the episode. It's his first of 3, and it's directed by Ken. Is it Garotti or Girotti? And
Ken
he did
Girotti.
5 episodes.
One of these days I'm
Jeffrey
gonna be in the
King.
know so that I can actually help with this. But I'm just not that kind of person. So I just let Evie do it because Evie's
No, that's
organized. As we
okay.
always
I'm
just
all
say.
have the
about
information.
the information.
Yeah.
Also, I actually looked into where they got the name Cold Lazarus from. Apparently,
question.
it's the title, a title of the final play in a 4-part series by Dennis Potter, where a 24th century scientist extracts the memories from a cryogenically frozen head from the 20th century.
That sounds fantastic. Why haven't I seen
Yeah,
that?
and it's set in dystopian Britain where most experiences are virtual and anything deemed authentic has either been banned or replaced with synthetic substitutes.
I think I know what I'm going to look
for. Is this also
next.
a book now?
Yeah.
Like, I need to go look at this.
It's a series. It's like it's a TV series.
Oh my God.
But I think the name came from the fact that, it talks about replacements and substitutes. And obviously, there's a alternate Jack out there.
Right.
Yeah. Crystal Jack.
Crystal Jack.
So yeah. Crystal Jack.
All right. You guys ready to jump in?
Yeah, I'm sitting on it.
Yeah, almost.
Oh, I was
Turn
ready
off your
for Yvie for
videos.
once. Can't believe it.
Not your audios.
Yeah.
Turning off.
Jumping in.
Let's get myself sorted so I have the chat up.
Yes.
There we
have
go.
the chat.
Gotta have the chat.
All right.
I am ready for the countdown.
All right, gang. In 5, 4, 3. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wormhole Extremists. My name is David Reed. I'm with Yvie Cahill.
Hello.
And Nicole Rodriguez Galdo.
Hello. This is exciting.
That is a lot of yellow.
Yeah.
So this is filmed in a sulfur pit at the Vancouver Wharves.
We saw some sulfur pits and we were in Canada and I was like, damn, that's
yeah,
yellow. Just
is
like
that the
Lazarus.
sulfur pit? Yeah, but
it's actually not. That one is downtown.
Yeah,
this one is outside of town. No, this is still there.
Oh, it's still there?
Uh-huh.
Hmm?
Yep, it is still there.
Why
I
don't we go to
tried
it?
to get permission to go and visit it, and I was told no.
It's a really odd request.
It is.
Like the people working at the sulfur pit, they'd be like, "What?
Like,
you want
what's
to
wrong with
come
this guy?"
here?"
This was used in an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about how smelly this would have been? I feel like I had that conversation with someone. It would have been really stinky.
I feel like you and I would have had
think
this
so.
conversation, given that I'm really into like talking about smelly things. So
True.
At what
got
point
very
does this kind of thing
sensitive nose.
become toxic?
I was gonna say, can you sit there and breathe it for too long?
I
could
wonder.
not imagine. I just saw Jack's boot. Could not imagine how bloody sandy that is. Like, I know Sam
Yep.
makes a complaint later, but Lord, do I hate sand.
And it would have
It's
been
coarse
so
and rough
fine
and
as
it gets
well.
everywhere.
Yeah, it would have been so fine.
Thank you, David, for the laugh.
Yes, no, I know
That
what
was a
you're
Star
doing.
Wars quote.
Yes.
Sorry, wrong universe. Apologies.
I wish we had seen more of these type of organism. We do
This
get
was
them again in Atlantis.
We do.
Fantastic.
I was
Yes,
going
we
to say
do.
it's mentioned again in Double Ganger.
Doppelganger is a really
season
dark,
4,
twisted
episode
one.
4.
Yeah.
Well, crystals are so important to
Just the Stargate universe in general.
power and I believe
Yeah.
data storage as well, you know?
Yep.
So,
Yes.
I remember when I saw Doppelganger and I was like, wow, so this is just evil, cold Lazarus. Love it.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
And it's important. So remember, this is one of the episodes that deals with characters from the feature film.
Correct.
Yes.
Jack, Sarah, and Charlie/Tyler.
This was an episode that was designed to wrap some elements from the feature film so that they could definitively move on.
Yes. Yes. I actually think it does a
Gate
pretty
Gabba
good
just
job at
said
that.
we talked about it during lunch in the park. Yes, we did.
Oh, there we
Linda.
go,
Yes, we
Linda.
did. And I ate that apple that was really nasty. And then a lovely fellow Stargate fan brought me apples later to be like, this is what Canadian apples should taste like. And I was like, thank you.
Yes.
They were very good.
It was a very thoughtful gift.
Yeah. I added her on Facebook to say thank you.
Yeah, me too. I think she's been traveling around Europe.
So it
good.
duplicated
Hopefully it's not
everything but his gun? Duplicated all of his clothing?
Apparently.
Well, didn't he just like drop his gun like immediately? Maybe like,
I guess so.
you know what, David? Let's blow over that.
Apparently there was a little error there. Crystal O'Neill's shoelaces were untied, and then when he goes through the Stargate here, they're tied again.
Okay. Interesting.
Mama Knox says she reads Stones and Rocks. She gets a lot out of them. Episode is appealing to her. Yeah, I mean, I know people who also read Stones and Rocks and are really into that. So
Like
I know
in their
people who-
hands, they
who-
read them, they like sense them?
I think some people believe in like crystal healing and stuff. There are
Okay.
those. I don't know if Mama Knox is in there, but I know people who are into Stargate and like especially because they believe in crystal healing, and I think that's really cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's another
works
part of the
for you.
fandom.
It is an alternative science
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. sometimes I like to keep stones or crystals like near me. I don't believe in it, right? But it's like a lucky penny, to me. That's how I kind of see it. I keep a stone that apparently is meant to keep me safe under my pillow.
Oh, really?
It sounds like you believe in it to me.
Well, the thing is, I don't, but I do.
Well, if you have it under your pillow for the
extent.
purpose, that certainly suggests that you believe in
it's
the
like a
in the
Ouija
power.
board, right? Like I always use the Ouija board thing. I'm never gonna mess with the Ouija board, even though I don't believe in ghosts, because the ghosts may be real. Like I'm not gonna sit there and say the crystal healing is or isn't real, and it can't do any harm to just keep the good vibes near me in that sense.
Yeah,
whatever works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very pensive Jack.
He's being very rude right now. Like, go sit down and listen to what they're saying.
Well, I guess it's sort of not odd for him not to be paying attention during a briefing.
This is true. This is why he's getting away with it.
It's not often that Rick does not get to act like Rick.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is like one of the very few episodes where he's a little bit more like the movie version of O'Neill. Where he's very serious. But yeah, like I said before the show, it is a very important episode in his character development, regardless of what people think of it.
Yeah.
And also, I guess, as a little side note, it is important to remember that O'Neill uses humor to mask his grief.
This is true.
This is true.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna so this has always been weird to me, right? I feel like the lockers changed a lot during Stargate.
Of course. Did you notice Ferretti's?
Yeah, I did, which is nice. I always found it weird. So like they share it with the women because Sam was in Broken Divide was in there, and she's about to come in here. And I noticed down the line they end up having these really big locker room type things where they get dressed.
Yeah, they redesigned
where
it.
they've got like one each, really big ones, but then like later on they change again in other episodes, and I'm just always like, oh, just pick one.
Wasn't there a line at some point where they switched over from? They said, I swear there was like a line somewhere where someone said, "Oh, it's not the women's locker room yet," or something. Where like they have
Sam says it in this episode.
Sam says it in minutes. She's like, "This is about to become the women's locker room."
Okay.
Yeah. Which is why it's like that's a bit like frustrating because like you're surrounded by men. Imagine Sam trying to get in there and trying to get change, and it's just full of dudes.
Yeah.
Except
doesn't Daniel just like waltz straight in? Like he doesn't even ask permission. He just waltzes straight in.
This is true.
It's supposed to be, time for Sam to get ready.
Here it is.
29-cent stamps back in the day.
Aww.
Becomes the women's locker room. There we go. Well, now.
Yeah. Oh my god, she's being so passive aggressively funny. She's trying to be all cute about it.
This is still Amanda trying to figure out Carter here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a tiny bit awkward, but it's
that was super
completely understandable.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Well, because Jack usually would have been like, oh yeah, I'll be out in a second, but he's just sitting there quietly, not even like listening,
But you can kind of excuse it as just being Sam trying to figure out where she fits in the team, not
for sure.
Also, he's being
like
awkward.
Amanda tapping. Yeah, he is being awkward.
Yeah. Office door to a locker room. Interesting.
Yeah. When I was researching this episode, I saw a lot of people saying that the locker changes. It apparently looks as though Jack's locker is right next to Ferretti's, but when the camera pans outwards again, Jack's locker is the last one on the
It did look like
left.
that, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
They must have changed it just for camera placement for the shot.
Yeah.
When they went wider. That's interesting.
Oh my god, it's this episode.
Remember this? I have decided it is right now time to show me your world.
I love Teal'c this episode because he's so inquisitive and no
it's
one's
more of a demand
helping him.
than a question.
He's being like, show me, and everyone's
show me
like,
your
we're
world
busy.
now. I've been here for ages.
And someone refers him to an idiot box.
Yeah.
So Sam didn't even know about Charlie.
No, that's quite it makes sense though.
Yeah. So is this a different one, or is this the same crystal? And can it produce more than one entity? Is the entity from that crystal empty from that crystal?
Oh, I see what you mean. Like it has almost like
that's a great
a memory that it fills up with someone's
Isn't this the one
conscience or
they
whatever.
shoot?
Did they shoot at one?
They
do
shoot one. They
shoot
get
at one
Teal'c to shoot
with
one so they
Teal'c.
can.
Yeah,
Because they
they're
try
like,
to match the
'cause
staff
Teal'c's
blast.
Teal'c's like, have you got permission for me to shoot my weapon? And they're like,
Yeah. This is a really
yes.
funny one for Teal'c because he's just learning.
Yeah, he's
and
figuring
everyone's
everything
just
out.
also Teal'c is the kind of guy who follows rules to a T. Except when he betrayed Apophis, but he follows rules within reason, like right and wrong. And in this situation in this episode, it's like he's like, I want to do, and then these guys break some rules, and he's like, wait, what? There are rules for a reason, guys. Like, is how I feel he would have said it if he was like the rest of us in terms of conversation.
Yeah.
Quartz crystal is the Stargate element in the feature film.
Mm.
So this is the house where it happened.
Yep. Yeah, well, it's the house.
She's still living
lived.
there.
Wow.
Yes.
That's brave. You would have thought you'd want to move on. Scary.
Yeah, I'd leave. Although, you know what? Maybe I wouldn't. I feel like there's a lot of having to like accept.
Oh, yeah, there'd be a lot of emotions attached to
For sure.
to the house. Yeah.
I'm trying to get her for Dial the Gates
as well. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be.
Do you think it was deliberate that she basically looks like Sam?
I'm not gonna lie. Sam and Sarah, such similar names, and then you make them both blondish women with the same haircut.
She had long hair in the film, and now,
Jack has a type.
He does have a type.
God, I'm not gonna lie, right? Whenever like this doesn't happen very often, it only happens like twice. Oh, and then every time Viola just does anything. I get really awkward, like secondhand embarrassment watching these characters in the situation, like Marcello in Holiday, when he's trying to get the woman to be like his wife.
So
yeah, so I'm just like, oh my God, I feel so awkward because nobody knows what's actually happening and they're just embarrassing themselves. So this kind of episode makes me really like, ooh, I kind of like recede into myself a little bit. Oh, honey. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm an alien, Sarah.
Oh. Yeah, I'm actually a blue crystal.
This is really sad. I can't imagine like what it was like for people who are watching this who have actually lost kids.
Yeah.
I wonder how they felt about it.
Make it very difficult to watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be.
This is like some heavy subject matter right here. Funny. I like that was like the alien being a bit like confused, and that guy was like,
right,
typical Jack, making a joke.
I know my family and a few families who couldn't watch Breaking Bad because of the drug elements,
yeah, it was a bit of a touchy thing as well with some
imagine for
family members
this
of
would
mine.
be a hard episode too.
Yeah. This episode has really like it's weird that Teal'c is kind of bringing the light-hearted moments, given that it's Teal'c. He's quite a serious character, so to have him kind of experience the more funny things. Okay, it's really also funny that he's watching riots happening on a TV screen, and it's like, that kind of stuff's been happening recently for us in present day, so nothing ever really changes. Look at him, he's like, what?
Aww.
Is this?
He's the fish out of water. He's like, it's too loud.
Music back on Chulac.
I love these flipping through channels being like, what is happening? What is this place?
Yeah.
This is the response.
That's a great remark.
It is really great.
Aww. Oh, so
This is
there's
very
another
sad.
little goof up apparently. The Lego set that it shows in the background actually came out after Charlie would have died.
Really?
Oh, that is such a
Yeah.
specific
It's
goof.
the Lego set's called the Shark's Crystal Cave, and it came out the year after the film came out.
Wow.
I just want to say, I like that there's a poster that Charlie had of crystals behind Jack right there.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
really cool.
totally. That is really cool.
Uh,
And I think the fact that the Lego set's called the Shark's Crystal Cave is probably also
It's
significant.
just a lot
Yeah.
of crystal stuff.
Mm.
Which may have drawn the entity to Charlie because Jack knew that Charlie liked crystals.
Oh, yeah. What an
that's
interesting
true.
idea.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why he's focused on that pain so much.
Mm.
And obviously because that's the greatest amount of pain in O'Neill's.
Yeah, well, the crystal's
Being.
trying to heal because he thinks that Jack has been injured from, the shock of the crystal, but he's actually just sort of looked inside of Jack and seen all that pain there, and he's trying to fix it.
Charlie could have been was totally just a mini Jack, like he's got all the little
Yeah.
space things. He's got the little sports bits,
Mhm.
Sports, yeah.
What a shame. But this guy is I love him.
Oh, her
great.
dad?
Yeah, he's great.
Mm.
He came in with a really good vibe. I love when Jack walked into the room and he's like, I hope to find Charlie here. And he's like, well, you look around, you might just. And it's just
He's
there's something
understanding
nice
but
about that.
firm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because also when people pass away, they're never really gone. There's always a part of them that's still there, within you, all the things that they left behind. And I think that's really important to remember. Mourning is a really
It's a tricky thing.
Yeah,
It really
this
is.
show's
and
kind of
it's just
doing it
different for
really well.
everybody.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, I can't watch it. I can't. Get bummed
The
out.
gunshot.
I'm waiting for
Yeah.
it. I'm waiting for it.
Oh yeah, this sucks.
It sucks a lot. And then when he
It
gets
really
brought back in
does.
season 3 with Apophis, oh my goodness.
And then in season
Yeah.
6 with the replicators.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look how happy they are. Oh, this is so tragic. What a handsome little man.
Oh, the echo.
It's really, really sad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep your guns in safe places away from the children, America. Damn.
Oh,
I would have
yeah.
loved to have her back in the show. But
She only
I
did
can
one
understand.
episode, but she was great.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're trying to move past that.
Yep. I get
Yeah.
it.
So I get it. Yeah.
Also, we got this absolute lovely Sam over here. Let's go, please.
In the gate
why
room,
did they choose to
not?
do it in the gate room?
It's
I know,
it's a
right?
lack of sets.
Ah,
And they didn't even tell
okay,
Hammond.
okay. You give me the practical reason.
I love the way that Sam and Daniel are so in sync. They're both just the nerds who want to find out the thing really quick. They don't care about getting
Correct.
the permission. It's great.
They did obliterate it for sure.
I feel bad because don't hurt the crystals, man.
Well, that one's
They're
already
people.
dead.
I was gonna say about the one the Jack duplicate came out of.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Or-
Crystal
yeah.
O'Neill.
Yeah. These three have such phenomenal chemistry. The amount of times Richie Nansen had to leave to go do other things, or he got
Yeah.
his own storyline.
You know, they all gravitated
They're so amazing. Yeah, and I love hearing how they gravitated towards each other
during
when they
casting.
were-
Auditions.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep.
We don't do baseball in the UK. We do rounders because you go round.
Rounders.
Yep.
Ah.
And
It's
cricket.
basically baseball.
Yeah. I mean,
We don't really do cricket very
here
much.
in
Rounders is
Australia.
easy because you just have the 3 stops. You have the part where you bat from, and it's just that.
Yeah.
It's easier to do. Cricket's a pain in the bum to like set up again because you've got to stack all the things.
Yeah. Just a moment to appreciate RDA's intensity. So serious. Like it's like a completely different character. Because like I know he took on the role of Jack O'Neill on the proviso that he could be a little bit lighter, a little bit more funny. But yeah, he really nails this episode.
If he hunkers down, he can do it.
Oh, he can, yeah.
This whole conversation is just really sweet.
I left it in the other guy. I don't think I have it.
That was such a sweet smile, though. That's so cute. Nice.
Jack doesn't really grin.
No, he doesn't. That was like such a rare, sweet grin from him. I'm used to him just being cheeky and making me laugh.
Right. It's a pain suppressor.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. I think these
graphics are pretty good.
Bloody great at reacting to things that aren't there when they're acting. Like he looked like he probably cacked himself there.
Yeah. Because I think I was listening to one of Brad Wright's interviews on The Companion, and he was talking about how like in old school sci-fi TV shows, like a lot of the actors would just be reacting to like just a point. You know, they'd be like, okay, here's a ball. You have to look at that and pretend this happens. So yeah, that would be just
Holy Hannah.
hard to do. Yes, it's the first time she says
reference.
Holy Hannah. It's the first Carter family member to say Holy Hannah.
That's cool.
Does anyone know where the origins of Holy Hannah came from?
No idea.
Holy Hannah before.
Someone probably in the writer's staff says it.
God, look, Walter's so like confused. It's like, mate, it's a gate. It's always gonna dial. People are always trying to kill us.
Yeah,
don't be so surprised.
Yeah,
they do behave like they're running the whole command just by
knowing everything all the time,
running around. Yeah,
they're like, no one's due back. We know everything because we're the top team.
Hammond didn't give authorization to fire the staff blast, so
yeah, they do really just run the place. He's just there to kind of babysit it and explain the additional charges and issue.
But, my understanding is that Jack was able to deactivate the iris just with his like IDC code.
Yes.
Yeah, and they changed that later on. But I think Walter refers to it in Heroes. He said there was like a brief time where the system was a bit different. And they moved away from
wrong, but I thought that if they came back, if they dialed like at a specific minute, then they would just let them through if they were planned to come home.
Right.
But like if they were scheduled to return at a specific time, they would just keep the iris open. Because it's a scheduled off-world activation. But I don't know.
I feel like
if you're at war, I wouldn't do that. So
that rando Marine just standing with SG-1, like, get out of here, my dude. Why are you standing with my team?
Oh, Jack.
Stand slightly to the side.
Back through.
God, so awkward. Make conversation.
Us or them.
No, he's got a new lady, and they may get together in like 20 years or so. Let's wait a minute, okay? That's a joke about how long we've been waiting for the official.
Yeah,
long time.
And Jack.
I got it.
I feel like we have suffered more than any other fandom in terms of romance.
I totally agree.
Well, hello, Anthony. Lovely to see you. Thanks for your little chat yesterday on the stream.
Also, this is the first episode where citizens outside the SGC are threatened, kind of, by something
Directly?
from the Stargate.
It's one of their first times they have to make an excuse for one of the bad goings on.
Holy Hannah, Gatekeeper says, could possibly be from Saint Anne, a.k.a. Saint Hannah, who was the mother of the Virgin Mary and grandmother of Jesus.
I had no idea that there was another lady in the Bible.
Yeah.
Another lady in the Bible.
It's kind of like
several women.
There's quite a few women in the Bible.
I have not read enough of the Bible to know. I've always just seen it as kind of like Lord of the Rings, where it's just full of dudes and like women just never speak to each other. But there are the occasional ladies.
There's plenty of important women in the Bible.
Yeah, there certainly is.
I'm sure there are. Maybe I should go back and reread it, rediscover it.
Denim was king.
It annoys me in a way that like Jack's not even like doing the actual apologizing. Like it took his bloody clone to come out and say all the things he's actually feeling in order for this to come to a head and finally be concluded. Typical of Jack.
What have you been doing in your line of work?
There's some good special effects going on with Jack.
I forget what's the problem. Has he been away too long?
He's running out of energy. Yeah,
he's running out of energy. Yeah,
I remember because that's exactly what he says later on.
Oh, Janet.
So the sulfur provides energy. Did they ever explain?
I don't think they explain it. No.
Interesting.
I think it's more one of those episodes where it's just kind of like, the science is obviously not the important part of it.
Yeah, no, don't.
So they're just going to blow over it.
Hard.
Yeah. It's funny that the other one, it's like this Jack is so clearly our Jack. The other one is so clearly not. Let's go get him.
Yeah, I don't know why they weren't just alerted to his strange behavior beforehand.
Yeah.
Ta-da! That's why. Nice reveal there. We just have to talk to it right, and maybe it'll tell us.
I will say, I used to not love the episodes very much where like this kind of stuff happened on base, but like nowadays I really appreciate it. Like Message in a Bottle, where that blue kind of orb entity takes over, and I actually really like it.
Punctures Jack. Yeah,
it's actually a really cool episode. Like I go back and watch it, I'm like, oh wow, this is actually a really cool idea.
These individual shows they have their moments.
For sure.
There we go.
See this
Akash
these
just
graphics
said
have actually
Lazarus is also from the Bible. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, these graphics have actually aged quite well.
Honestly, whenever Stargate like ages well like this, I'm shook, because there are some episodes where obviously the graphics aren't like great, but like this is a great example of where like, hey, you did an all right job for 1997. I want to remind you guys.
There are some obviously like notable exceptions, but
I haven't been born yet when this episode
I wonder why the gold were destroyed when Jack wasn't. Pure of heart, maybe?
The duplicate Crystal Jack explains it later about why Jack didn't die.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I can still wait for that.
We need to get them back to the planet.
I just want to say again, how twisted is that? I love that Daniel's like, it's some sort of mass grave. It's like, that's pretty morbid. Dark, very morbid. I remember when I first watched this, I was like, wow, that is really messed up. It made me very sad, you know, because
So now we know
it's
what a Crystal Carter looks like.
yeah.
Yeah.
They all get so many clones in this show.
Yeah, they really do.
And they're all very fun, you know?
Lots of clones, but yeah, in all the alternate realities that they experience,
They
one
are
consistent
so
thing is Charlie's death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except in
sad.
Continuum, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he screams like, "My kid's
He's
fine." Oh
at
no,
home,
no, wait,
he's
sorry.
fine.
No, isn't that Children of the Gods
Yeah.
that he says that? The Children of the Gods he says, "Never for the grace of God," that he says that.
What did you say?
I said Children of the Gods, and I had to correct it to there, but for the grace of God. In that one, he says he's home and he's fine. And then a minute later, he's like, "Yeah, he was right about my kid." And I was like, "Wait, so your kid is dead?"
Yeah.
In There Before the Grace of God, he's definitely dead. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, so did he say that in Continuum then as well?
And in Continuum, he says he's at home and he's fine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one exception.
Uh-oh.
Locker room.
I like that he just knows.
Sarah.
Yeah. Pick up. Oh, the old school answering machines with the physical tape.
Yep.
I've never seen one of those.
An answering machine?
No, we didn't have any, but like when I was a thinking human.
My answering machine.
Maybe when I was a baby.
Classic.
Did you have like the gag ones?
Well, I made a couple of gag recordings, and then my dad
Nice.
changed them back, and then I would make normal ones again. So it was a bit of a tug of war in our house for a little while there. Let me just say.
Oh, you rebel!
It's so sad that Teal'c is like, "I've seen your planet. I'm gonna need my weapon." It's
That's
like,
exactly right.
Yeah,
it's so sad. It's
It
like,
is really sad.
Our world is full of so much good and bad. What the heck?
Chicago, the Windy City.
Don't forget the cops.
See, there you go.
God, the chemistry, the funnies. Teal'c is full of funny. Teal'c is pulling the laughs out for me this whole episode.
Apparently, this is the children's hospital in real life.
Oh.
It's the British Columbia Children's Hospital.
I'd like to think that maybe they had space for them to use the children's hospital because there weren't that many sick kids, so they had space.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
The British Columbia Children's Hospital is where Bridge Studios donated much of their charity over the years.
That's fantastic.
Okay.
That makes me very happy.
Including the Celebration of 10 Years book. Now
I hope the kids that attended were watching Stargate.
Now he gets it.
But how much money is it like costing him to just like be in this bed right now? That's a joke.
Production costs.
No, I'm making a joke about the fact that in America, just isn't it like going to like get a regular checkup?
Oh, it'd be thousands over for a night stay.
My goodness. And with the chaos he's causing, my goodness, the Air Force has got a big bill on their hands after this.
I just spent a bit of time in the hospital after I had my my spinal fusion because I thought I had a DVT and that was free.
Yeah, I've had many checkups and illnesses and surgeries, and I've been nice and free. Love it.
Anyway, we won't go into too much.
No, I stopped
healthcare
right
system's
there.
too complicated.
Someone fix the Lightning Man.
Yeah.
We've got powder in there.
God, is this the surprise on her face? She's like, what on earth is going on?
I'm going to have to sign a non-disclosure after this, aren't I?
Yeah.
I called him Colonel. That weirded me out. That weirds me out. I don't like that. I always found this part weird because like Sam's like, "Hey, let me help you." It looks like just the same person, just standing side by side.
Same height, same hair color, same build.
Yeah.
Is it Tilk with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got his Chicago cap under there.
Also, apparently coming up at the 40-minute mark, they play the theme from Independence Day.
They do not.
In the background.
Seriously?
That's
yeah, apparently.
Love that.
It's when Jack and Crystal Charlie leave the hospital.
Right.
Interesting.
I was going to say, we couldn't see his face there. What a great way to hide probably Dan Shay. Probably
like
is.
while
like a
stunt double.
Walking in. Yeah.
Well,
Well, there's electricity, so it probably very much was Dan Shay.
I mean, that's one of the reasons that Jack has his mask on, so they can pull that off as well. You know, so
Yeah.
Dan can be with the mask, and then Rick can be on the floor.
I think 90% of Stargate SG-1 getting like doubles has worked out really well, except for like one brief moment in Tin Man with Sam. And when we get to that episode, I'll point it out definitely, because I look at it and I'm always like, oh God, 1998.
Ironically, that episode was also written by Jeff King, who did this episode.
This man must love doubles.
I think he does.
I like doubles, right, more.
I already hurt you before.
Urias Tosh just said Teal'c is the most skilled avocado thrower on Earth, and that is a reference to season 8.
This is true. Was it an avocado?
I think it was an avocado.
I think it might have been, yeah.
You're the man, T.
I remember the vegetable or fruit.
That's
what
right.
is an avocado?
I think it's a fruit.
It's a stone fruit, right?
It's got a stone, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I think it was a grocery fruit. Yeah. Conked the guy on the head.
Yeah, like an unripe avocado would really pack a punch.
It really would. That man probably has a concussion. I can't believe his aim. Honestly, Teal'c should join the Olympics. Great javelin thrower he would be. No, we don't destroy. We make friends and help.
And if they don't stop, then we destroy.
I was going to say, Peta and I were having
a last resort.
Peta, my boyfriend, we were having a conversation a while back while watching Stargate, because we've also watched like Chuck and stuff. And you always want to think that like whenever people find out about the stuff, you know, they'll get a non-disclosure agreement to sign and everything will be okay. Do you think they've ever like shot anyone in Stargate, or like secretly like, you know, locked someone up so they wouldn't spill the beans?
Like in canon?
Yeah.
There's a lot of nefarious stuff going on.
For sure. And that makes me sad.
This transition coming up is one
oh my
of
gosh,
my favorite effects in the show.
Same. It was so good. It's about to be good. We're about to enjoy it again.
To heal.
I see. Like he's explaining it. Yeah, the healing.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's emotional, not physical.
And he didn't like hit him as aggressively as like the Gould do. So he didn't feel as threatened, and he's like, "Let me help." Anthony said they killed Armin Selleck, the reporter, even though Hammond denied it. Yeah, in season 2 in Secrets.
That's true.
Would argue that was probably Kinsey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've never known proof, but I always assumed it was.
Yeah, I don't think Hammond had anything to do with it, but I think Hammond knew that, you know, that the U.S. government was somehow responsible.
It can't be Hammond and SG-1 because they're the good guys, but obviously there's always bad people somewhere in the system that are going to do stuff. Yeah. Oh, so sad. Jean Diatta said, I still can't believe that yellow color is real. Same. I didn't know until we got to the to Canada and I saw one of the pits across the way from us, and I was like, whoa, that's what they used.
It's the same stuff.
Yeah. Apparently the blue crystals. Ooh. Pay attention to that.
Oh,
that's a cool effect.
Skip that. Let's get that.
It is cool.
What I like is that, like, it's kind of mean that he's appeared in this form.
It's mean, but it's very important that he appears in this form, because
it's nice that you can say goodbye to him in this form.
Yeah, well, the crystal's trying to repair his like emotional damage, not physical damage. So
I feel bad
if he becomes Charlie. Becomes Charlie, then it'll help repair that.
Yeah, you get to see him like one last time in the flesh.
Some version of him.
Yeah. Sometimes that's good enough, I can't imagine how hard it was. Like, so at the end of this episode, they're gonna it just ends with that go through the gate kind of ending. Yeah. I can't imagine how hard it was for Jack that we didn't get to see like him in the sand pit with the crystals trying to say goodbye to this like version of Charlie that he's seeing. I can't imagine how hard it was to let go and let him transfer back into what he actually is.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we'd seen it, but I think that would have been like an extra painful cherry.
I don't think it's necessary. It would have been interesting, but I don't think
but no, it's definitely not necessary. But I would have liked to see some element of that, personally. But no, it's not needed at all. It's like a lot of Stargate, though. I always want a little bit more of my Stargate.
Well, I think the end scene with Jack walking Crystal Charlie through the gate is supposed to be symbolic of letting go of Charlie,
as much as he can,
moving on. Of course, as much as he can.
This is so painfully sweet. Oh, I'm getting really sad, guys.
It'd be hard for any parent who lost a child to watch this.
Honestly, I'm afraid of having kids because, I'm terrified. My mum's always like, parenting wasn't always me and your dad's strong suit, but you made it out okay, and you didn't die. So I think we did okay. And I was like, yeah, Mum, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So... This is so...
She's one of those few civilians that knows that something's going on. But
yeah,
I like that they can acknowledge that their relationship was really great, but obviously it broke.
It's over.
Yeah. And to be honest, it's like that's so important for growth. Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Gotta go. Come on, Crystal, you.
Yeah, we've got to go get you back before you die.
Turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Aww.
Jack's the fairy godmother. It's nice. They're all just standing there supporting, just being like, "Oh, here we got you. We'll wait for you to go and have this moment." They're like not needed there, but they're there to support, I guess.
Yeah. It's emotional support.
Jack is doing his diplomatic duty.
He just reverts back to a crystal?
Yes.
I'm assuming he goes back his energy kind of transfers back in. Yeah.
That's sulfur, man. Nice energy.
Wow. Yeah, smelly energy.
Nice energy.
Good energy. And that's called Lazarus.
I was going to say, on this topic, did you guys read that article on the Companion? The wait, I have it written down. Yeah, the one about Jack. It's by a guy called George Moll. And it dealt with obviously Jack and how he dealt with grief.
Oh, I have not read that one. No.
Yes,
read
that's
it. It's
worth a look.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's really good.
I always feel like I've read so much about SG-1 and Atlantis. That whenever universe pops up in the companion conversation, I'm always like really interested in those. But
it's
like,
less explored.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'll go back and dive into that one because obviously,
yeah, definitely do, because basically,
Sounds good.
I mean, the author talks about his own grief and compares it with Jack's.
Wow.
But yeah,
Wow.
it's a pretty intense article, but it's a really awesome read, and he just goes through.
I think that's really important. That he's sharing his own grief.
Like about Jack's journey, and he lists like the main episodes where they deal with Charlie's death. Being like show and tell, learning curve, window of opportunity, and fallen briefly, and how important that is to Jack's character arc.
Yes.
And it actually it's a really emotional article. I was reading it earlier today, and I was like, this is so well written.
I want to just put it out there to anybody who has any grief or has been through anything like that. Reach out. Get support wherever you need it. It's important. Say hi to a friend, message your other fellow Stargate fans, because we're all in the similar boat somewhere in some way. So
at one point or another in our lives, for sure.
Yeah, we're all a big nice community.
This is
and
a
on
great
that heavy note
episode that does a very nice job of putting one of the feature film threads to bed as much as it can. But reminding us poignantly throughout the show in important moments like window of opportunity and
oh my gosh, yeah, when that came back up, it had been so long. I was like,
natural
whoa.
selection.
Yeah.
It continues to be relevant for the character.
But I think it's a very good episode for Jack's character arc.
Oh, out of chevrons, guys, what are we rating it?
Oh, I'd be up there. I'd be like 5 or 6 chevrons. I'd give
it 6.
Yeah, it's a very
so you two are on 6
episode.
I think I'm on 5.
5 for this
5?
one?
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's not one of my favorites. I appreciate what it does and I really enjoy it, but obviously, it's quite heavy, and it's not one that I enjoy revisiting a lot.
The pacing of it, the writing of it is still trying to find its spot. And you can see the actors kind of struggling to make the text work because it is kind of awkward in a way.
Bit clunky.
Yeah, I'm glad they dealt with it early though, because imagine if they put it in later, it would have felt so off for the character.
Yeah,
that we get to know and how he evolves. By the way, Mama Knox says 6 chevrons, Lock Watcher says 5.5, and Anthony says 6. So we're all kind of sharing the same vibes,
the
guys.
Same amount of chevrons.
Yeah,
it's nice. I appreciate
definitely
that.
the upper quadrant of quality.
Well, we've had a couple of stinkers. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
You really didn't like some of the last ones we watched. Well, I was like, I'm having a great time,
and
except for First Commandment.
Brief Candle is probably the one I hate the most in this season, but we'll get
Brief
there.
Candle is hard to definitely hard to swallow.
It's so bad.
I really like it if you ignore that one bit. So everything else around it, I was
ignore.
like, yeah.
The whole episode is centered around it.
I know. Jed Ted, we are rating it out of 7 chevrons to be difficult because this is Stargate.
On a 10th chevron scale. No, it's a 7 chevron scale.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying. You were answering
just
it.
For SG-1
because he says it 10 or 7. But yeah, so we got some great episodes and some episodes with a bit of iffiness, and then eventually we're smooth sailing. I think Stargate finds its footing eventually.
Yeah. Guys, ready to move on to the next one?
I am.
Oh,
cue up the Knox.
Let me
got it
sorted.
I'm running out of drink to drink. Hopefully this will get me through.
At this time of night? All right.
What, a Coke? It's only 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
I just chugged down like a huge energy drink, so that probably wasn't very wise.
Well, let's crack this next one open.
David.
Let's crack it open indeed. Count us down.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Turn off your cameras and we'll be back.
Turning off my camera. Let's go.
All right. In 5, 4, 3. You're watching the Wormhole Extremists rewatch The Knox, and I am with Nicole.
Hello.
Yvie.
Hello.
And I am David.
Hello, David.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
So I was I googled this episode and I was kind of intrigued by the first description that came up.
Okay.
It said something like O'Neill and the team encounter fairies who protect a planet's indigenous species.
Whoa,
like,
what?
Really?
That is weird.
Don't you think like O'Neill and the fairies sounds like a really edgy folk band?
That sounds like a real weird book
and like
as
their
well,
first
yeah.
album would be called like The Very Young.
Gosh, that would just throw me off completely if I
Yes,
heard that.
this is DirecTV. O'Neill and the team encounter fairies who protect a planet's indigenous species by making them invisible.
Yeah, I
Fairies.
never considered the Nox to be fairies.
Nah, I suppose you can.
Yeah, I get it because fairies kind of have that vibe, but no.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But apparently, there's like I think there was like an article by Tolkien, and he sort of put fairies into a slightly different context.
Sorry, as in Lord of the Rings,
that,
Tolkien?
Yes,
yeah,
Tolkien.
as in Lord of the Rings, Tolkien.
Well, that makes sense. If anyone would do that, it would be him.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And he just sort of described fairies as being sort of people who were like more in touch with like nature. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that sort of describes the Nox. So.
Aren't they about like 5 inches tall and you have to like clap really loud, to revive them?
I was going to say, I'd imagine like a Tinkerbell type fairy.
Exactly.
They said, if I was a kid reading that description, I'd be thrown up for a loop.
They're definitely, elf-like.
Yeah, more elf-like, I'd say.
Well,
than
they're sort of
fairy.
like slightly smaller in stature and yeah.
Well, you get Armin Shimmerman for crying out loud, so.
Yeah.
Did they intentionally hire short cast members for the episode?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think the Nox are all quite short, and I was always like, is it to like make them seem smaller and like more at a disadvantage or something? Because like the SG-1 members are also bloody tall.
Yeah,
like even Amanda's pretty tall. Like, geez,
she is tall. Yeah, she is tall.
I love how Teal'c in this scene here is like, what technology would you want? Oh, by the way, I've been holding out. This is a great planet to check out.
Yeah. But I guess this is like the first time that we really feel the pressure from like outside forces to obtain advanced technology.
I actually really liked this guy coming in because I was like, oh yeah, finally, let's go,
Yep.
Because for so long they're just dawdling around planets, discovering others,
dawdling around,
other people. They don't really get much. Like a lot of Stargate SG-1 is SG-1 going to explore, hopefully retrieve technology, and fail constantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they succeed every now and again. They got so lucky with the Asgard. Oh my gosh, they're like
they really did.
The most technologically advanced species, and they came in and just started handing out presents left and right.
Handing out
well,
presents.
yeah.
So it was like Christmas every day.
So this episode was shot at the Mid-Valley viewpoint of the Lower Seymour Conservation Reserve, apparently.
The GVRD.
We did not go there, did we?
No, that's well outside of town.
And like, I had no idea that this was written by Hart Hansen, who created Bones.
Yes.
Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that why they had a random Stargate reference in Bones?
Probably. There's a nod there,
it's very
for sure.
likely. And this is directed by is it Charles Correll, who also directed 1969. So
another banger of an episode. We got some great people lined up here.
And apparently at this point in time, Stargate Commander visited 19 worlds, but I don't know how they would verify that.
Only 8 episodes.
That's not a lot.
That's not.
What a view.
It is a good view. A nice cloudy, rainy
how to put on a good view
with rain. Yeah, we went on a tour, Yvie and I, with our partners, and I remember one of the big mountains. Our tour guide was like, yeah, as you can see, like a typical Vancouver day, there is cloud over it, so you can see how truly massive that is.
It cleared up on our way back, though.
It did a bit, yeah. But it was just very, I wasn't even mad. I was like, I feel right at home. Typical.
Oh, it's still Vancouver. So apparently the plot of this episode is very similar to like an old school Star Trek episode called Errand of Mercy, but it was from like the I want to say the 60s, but I haven't seen it.
That sounds right. Is that the one with the Organians?
Might be.
Let me see here. Yep.
You're the Trekkie.
Yeah, the Treaty of Organia created the armistice between the Klingon Empire and the Federation. So, yeah, they the Starfleet goes to Organia, and they think that the Klingons are about to wipe them out, and the Organians are like, we're not worried about this, and they're like, you should be, and it turns out that they're energy beings who cannot be.
That literally sounds like the same.
I can see the correlations.
Yeah, in the same situation here, SG-1 fears for the Nox just like Kirk feared for the Organians. And it's like, do not be fooled by our appearance. Not everything is what you think it is.
I will say this is an episode that is quite like magical in a way. Like I always feel like I'm in a fairy tale for this episode. So now I'm getting what the fairy thing is. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So like, did it occur to you as well or not? Like the fairy thing. I did.
You know what? The vibe has always been there, but I like never labeled it until now. Like you've opened up my mind.
Yeah, I was the same when I was when I was doing my research. Oh yeah, they are kind of like fairies. I guess that makes sense.
This is the fairy episode of Stargate.
The one with the fairies.
Yeah. What I love is the way that like it's invisible, but you can like see it still. It reminds me of like the cloak that you have, the invisibility in Halo, because like someone will be invisible, right? But if they're moving, you can clearly see like the invisibility, outline around them. I always saw that as a kid and went, oh, it's just like Halo.
I love how, oh, by the way, Apophis is on this planet right now.
Oh my gosh. When I watched as a kid, I went, excuse me?
Yeah, it's the first return of Peter Williams.
Yeah. Fabulous Peter Williams.
Fabulous Peter Williams.
So here we go. Now what are we going to deal with?
Apparently all of Apophis's guards bear the same gold emblem as the first prime. But I think someone just said that was probably because they're all part of like his version of the Royal Guard.
That's what I tried to say as an excuse when I was growing up. I was like, oh, it must be like, you know, his like official guards dudes that like monitor just him get the special title.
Yeah, the first prime is ultimately just the one.
My friend Faye has just dropped in, left a like. Thanks,
Faye.
She tried to call me and I said I'm on the stream. I was like, I'll drop in and say hi.
I know how to reach you then.
So this is a serious conversation because Apophis has Share and Skara. And we're trying to figure out how to,
there's lost people they care about to this guy.
Yeah, so the Fenri ultimately has been placed on hold.
Yeah, it's complete like, oh, we got bigger priorities right now.
Well, and I love the resolution of this. You know, they think too fast and they get cornered and we watch what happens to them.
I can't believe they came to this planet without proper bullets. Like, come on, guys. Like, they got pistols and they got, I can't remember what Sam carries, but like, you know, you never know. Why is what most of you're carrying just tranquilizers?
Yeah. Yeah, you would have thought Apophis would have more than just a couple of dudes.
Yeah, you're right. They're all wearing the First Prime's logo.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And why would he he go
Shackle.
Go to this planet for such an important mission? You would have thought he would have delegated.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, no, I remember watching this as a kid as well and being like, this no makes sense to me. See, she's got that.
This obviously marks the second death of Jackson, if we're, keeping tally.
Yeah.
I remember actually, so I saw Politics before I saw this one. Because again, I watch everything out of order like a lunatic. I was a kid, didn't know better. And when I was watching it, I remember they did a flashback to this episode where they're like, yeah, they like killed us once. I was sitting there like, yeah, what?
They succeeded.
And I hadn't seen this episode and I was just like, excuse me, when did this happen?
He kind of left himself right out there and
honestly, that was bad tactics.
That seems like a bad,
and her losing it and doing that, even stupider.
Yep.
And then this guy
so
unprofessional.
Office takes them all out.
Stupidest moment for SG-1 ever. The only one that isn't stupid is Teal'c.
Apparently, this is the first time the Goa'uld will use a personal body shield.
It is true, because this whole episode's about it, isn't it? They're just like trying to figure out how to get past it. The shield, I struggle with because I know it comes up later with the replicators, but like it doesn't work the way it should work, and I'm just like, oh, inaccurate. This is
like
not unless
slow moving objects can still penetrate.
Yeah, but the replicators are crawling over it, and I was always okay, maybe he upgraded it off camera, and it's different now, and I'm not going to have beef.
Or he can dial up the intensity.
Yeah, exactly.
For a specific amount of time.
I was trying not to care so much. Oh, I love this. Look at that.
Oh, Teal'c wasn't killed. That's right.
Yeah, Teal'c's the only one that makes it. This guy, he just cacking himself. He's like,
That man in that eyeliner.
I know, it's fabulous. I wish I could do my eyeliner.
I love the way he like tries to explain that later. Like he always acts like he's an all-knowing god. Yet later on, all the guys are like they're big trying to find SG-1, and he's like, "Oh, right here, they disappeared." And it's like, you should know, you're a god. Excuse me.
It's also managed to clean up the blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Nox washing services
dry
are complimentary.
cleaning.
Right. Exactly.
Dry cleaning.
I do like that they have the holes still though in the clothing. I love that they kept that like throughout the episode.
They couldn't repair that.
No, that was just too much.
A bridge too far.
Oh, I love this. That he's just like she's got it like just below her chest. So he's
just poking.
And she's like, "Hey." Literally. Yeah. I love that. She's like, "Why are you touching me?" Well, this heaven sucks. Man, what would heaven be? I think my heaven would be a sofa with an Xbox and a TV. If I get like a little corner of heaven to myself.
Oh, jeez. Didn't we just die?
Killed as in dead.
Our tactics don't work. We have to do a little bit better job next time.
I'd like to use the excuse they were all thrown for a loop because they didn't expect the puffers to be there and they were heavily underprepared.
That's true. Hello, Ofer.
Yeah, it's Ofer, yeah. Oh, and this is the episode with Nefreyu. Oh.
Yeah, Nefreyu.
Yeah, and there was that guy who I met on Xbox who was literally I still can't believe I was playing Dead by Daylight and I see Nefreyu Nox and it took me until the very end of the game for it to click that it was about this.
Yeah.
Because I just don't expect to see a Stargate fan in the wild like that out of the millions of people playing the game, and I find the one fan in it.
Frida Batrani as Laya.
Yes. She is lovely.
Beautiful Frida. Yeah.
Look how beautiful that outfit is. I love the way the hair is as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Apparently it was quite heavy. The headpiece was.
I can imagine. Look how big it is.
Yeah. I was reading an interview with Armin Shimmerman, and I think he was actually living with this other. Sorry, I don't know the actor's name. This other gentleman at the time when
this guy?
He was cast. Yeah. Because he was cast first apparently, and I think whoever was doing the casting had asked Armin if he wanted to join in, and he said, "Oh, with this friend of yours is going to be playing a part of the senior Nox."
Yeah, it's Ray
and he's
Shifo.
like, "Yeah, sure, he's like, "Sure, I'm in then."
He's played a couple of different roles in sci-fi. I know him from Voyager.
I saw him in Timeless.
Oh, he's in Timeless. Okay.
He was in Timeless as one of the bad guys in I think the beginning of season 2. I saw him and I was like, "Oh my god, it's the Nox!" You know, as That's I do. Right. Everything's about Stargate somewhere. You know.
I love how he's smiling.
He looks so tall compared to the rest of them. Is he just sitting higher? This episode made me want to try more fruit. I was very fussy as a child.
Really?
Yeah.
This was a really formative show for you, wasn't it?
Literally, like what is that he's eating there? A plum. There's like a star fruit as well that they have. That looks. I still haven't had one of those. What's that? You know, I want it.
Wow. So it taught you about the food pyramid.
It literally made me go, "I'd eat that. Let's try that. I'll eat that." It made me go, "You can eat flowers. Put that on my cake. I'll eat that." You know. Now I love flowered flavored things. Rose lemonade is a great one.
Elderflower.
Where was Teal'c? Where was he? Was he just scouting?
I think he was scouting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a line on him.
Yeah, where is Apophis? Did they just... I guess he just took off on his own.
He just hightailed it out of there. You can't keep him.
Yeah, no. This is what I sent to the guy, by the way. To initiate friendship.
That's adorable.
She never gets to keep any of the kids as her own in this show, you know. Cassandra was as close as she
Cassandra.
got. It wasn't us.
I think
She was
Frasier is as close as you can get.
favorite aunt.
So
Yeah, sadly, Sam's too busy to be a mum.
Well, so is Janet, really. But Janet made it
Janet
work.
made it work as a plot device.
Yep. I feel Sam was just too close to it. You just couldn't do it. See that starfruit that Jack's got in his hand right there, right now? Oh, what is that?
I don't think I've actually ever eaten a starfruit.
Is that what it's called, a starfruit? It's just because it's shaped like a star?
Yeah, I think it is. No, it is a starfruit.
Oh, this is one of the rare cool times that they actually don't speak English first. Fantastic.
Not much time. I guess they destroyed the weapons.
They kind of make it into something else.
Indiana says Sam gets to keep Cassandra eventually. Did she?
Well, I mean, she's kind of, I guess, looks after her in Janet's absence. But by that stage, she was, you know, late teens, I guess.
Oh, here we go. The way they in unison say things. This whole conversation is so funny. Their chemistry, it's the way that they play off each other is fantastic. Whenever they kind of line themselves up like that for those perfect, like, funny little moments where they're like on the same wavelength, it makes me happy because it just shows the chemistry and the relationship developing, that they're so like lined up and saying the same things. It's like they're really rubbing off on each other.
Here we go.
My friend Faye says she loves starfruit. I want starfruit now.
Take your ways with you. I love that.
Teach us how.
Our ways.
Yeah, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to know.
No.
The fairies say no. Get out.
When the fairies shut you down, that's it. Game over.
Yeah. They should really listen. Like, they are being way too, like,
they're trying. They're trying, and they don't get
the very young do not always do as they're told.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
So. Oh my goodness, this is great. This is such a great reveal. The way Jack responds to it, it's great.
All of us are here. Who are you talking about?
Yeah. Whose brother? It's like...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Forgot about this guy.
I guess they saw the golden symbol and went, oh, okay, they must be friends. It's like, why would friends shoot each other? Right. Liar. Why would we shoot each other?
Yeah, they got matching jewelry.
Yep.
Yeah. The matching forehead branding is like a friendship bracelet to these people, I guess.
Yes. No, it's not.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, but they don't care.
People in the chat are talking about Starfruit now. I recommend I get some for the next episode.
Perhaps you could convince the injured one to. I love that. Like, I mean, it's so
Teal'c was a really lucky one, you know, that he had already had Braytech kind of, you know,
guiding him for years,
literally.
And even Braytech, you know, had to deal with Teal'c almost wanting to turn him in.
Yeah.
So.
This episode taught me a lot of life lessons and taught me that I should eat more fruit. It's so cute. I love him. He's like one of those sweet old men that I want to talk to. Like one of the ones who actually want to help you with the wisdomous words. Not the old men who look down on young people and go, "Oh, in my day, you should respect me." You know, I love Otha because
more fruit.
Yeah, I love Otha because he delicately like tries to teach you, and he's really kind with his words. You know.
So I was reading like a page on the Nox as a species, I guess.
Yes.
And I don't know where they got this from, but I think it says something like they can live up to 500 years old.
They are old.
They last for a while.
And it's only in like the last couple of decades where they actually look older.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My friend's boyfriend Ben has just come in to watch as well. We're bringing in all the people tonight.
Oh, hey,
all
Ben.
the humans have joined us.
Hey, Ben. Thank you, friends.
I hope Faye and Ben are going to hit that like button.
Yeah, hit the like button.
Yes, hit the like button, please.
And subscribe.
Like us.
Yes. We like you, like us.
That's funny.
Yeah, they can't even like leave because the gate isn't even visible.
Right,
like if the Nox want them out, give
it's
it.
Gone.
Give us the gate.
They're adamant that they have to have their ways or no ways. And it's like, the Nox don't trust us yet to reveal their city.
No. Oh, here it is. It's a puppet being like, "Oh, I may be all knowing and all seeing and everything, but I can't find
Please give me intel." I did mention before that this is the first time that Tilk is referred to as the Sholvar.
Sholvar, yeah.
It's also the first time that he uses his phrase "I die free." It's like his unofficial motto for the rebel Jafar.
Yeah, this is the start of the true Jafar rebellion right here.
Yeah.
Also the discussion about potentially turning one of Apophis' Jafar into, a rebel. It's like the first time they actually talk about even starting that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love all the seeds that are being sown in season 1. That's why season 1 is so exciting, because you know where it's going to get to. So when you're rewatching it, there's like a magic to it.
Oh, I completely agree. And it's just, they were just so lucky that they had so many seasons sort of in the bank, that they had the freedom to, kind of plot these storylines quite early on and flesh them out like they should be, rather than, only having 10 episodes to try and, put together whatever they could, and discuss whatever they could.
While we're here, actually, I'm gonna plug. Go vote for Christopher Judge to win Best Voice Actor for God of War at the Game Awards next week.
Oh, is that up for like public vote?
Yes, he is phenomenal in God of War. He didn't win last time, but he's got to win this time. There's no one who's even close to him.
Yep.
He's got to win it. So
did I see that there was there's going to be like a movie or some sort of TV show?
I hope so. He deserves it. He should be the live cast member.
But it wasn't him that was supposed to be.
Well, it should be him
for that role, but he wanted to be considered.
Do they teach this in the military, how to make weapons out of like sticks
there is.
Well, he was MacGyver, so
MacGyver, McGadget, McGimmick,
McUseless.
McUseless.
Do I have the link? Teach you. They do teach you how to be unconventional.
Okay, that makes sense. Just thought I'd ask.
Just to use the materials that you have on hand.
Yep. I love how they just let Nefreyu be with him.
I'd actually really like to learn archery, like how to fire a bow and
I've done it.
arrow.
I'm not great. I went with Faye actually, and she did amazing her first time. I was really salty.
Yeah, I've just seen so many people with a bow and arrow in, like the various, many period dramas that I watch. And I mean, it looks like it requires quite a lot of strength and skill, which I probably wouldn't have, but I know. I think it'd be kind of fun.
I just shared the link in the chat if you want to go vote for Christopher Judge to win
there you
Best
go.
Voice Actor. There you go.
Oh, good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Linda, for telling me to get the link.
That was a great conversation between the boy and Jack.
I love,
I believe in peace, but our enemy, someone that just doesn't. They don't share our values.
Yeah. It's a good way of
so much you can do.
Dumbing it down to a.
He's a great little character because he comes in with this like adorable like lack of understanding.
Yep. But the only reason that the Nox survive is because they are more powerful. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Brad Wright has argued that the Nox are the most powerful of the 4 great races.
Yes. I saw that he said in an interview that he would have loved to have done another Nox-centric episode, but he thought it was kind of against their inherent nature because they'd already decided that the Tari were too young in this episode. So it would have been kind of weird having them back again.
I mean, with the amount of like killing that they have to do in order to end these fights is so against the Nox's way.
Well, the fact of the matter
they
is
wouldn't have.
They do. Hammond does reference the Nox in season 3 as having some kind of continued, because he said that if they hadn't, in Shades of Grey, if they hadn't solved their little Rogan ID problem, the Nox would have severed all ties with them.
Right.
So,
yeah.
432.
So old. I looked into Daniel's what?
You look great.
I'm so jealous. I wish I lived that long.
So they live longer than the Jafar?
Yes. Yeah, the Jafar only make it to like 80? 200 maybe?
Teal'c
I don't know.
Around there now.
Yeah. I know that Braytak's like 133. Braytak aged poorly compared to Teal'c because if there's only like a 30-year age gap between them around throughout the show, I feel like Braytak should look way younger, or Teal'c should have been made younger. This episode is so important.
Yep.
Because it just teaches you how war, despite how cool it may look on TV and stuff, it's not great.
Yeah.
Violence is not always the answer.
But
and also,
it's not always.
Sometimes
be a vegan.
pacifism is a good approach.
Yeah.
Be a vegan.
I'm not a vegan myself, but I think this is a good episode where like they're pacifists in like every way. They don't want to hurt anything or anyone. And I think it's really I respect it. They're to an extreme that isn't entirely safe because sometimes you've got to defend yourself.
Well, the only reason that they don't have to fight is that they are more powerful in their ways of illusion and healing.
Yeah,
that gives them the freedom not to get involved.
That's why
like the crystal organisms,
like them.
They didn't have that choice.
No, they had no choice. You're right.
So they got wiped out by a force more powerful than them.
I like that the Nox just choose to protect and defend everything that they can, and I think it's really,
they love all life.
I think it's so lovely and beautiful to see, I assume there's no crime in their entire civilization.
Not like we would know it.
No. Crimes of passion?
nature, perhaps.
In crimes of nature, yeah.
Perhaps someone accidentally like stepped on a bug and they're like, and then they go to like court for it or something.
Also, Linda in the chat has offered to teach me archery.
Oh, Linda, teach me as well.
Just head over to San Diego,
take her
guys.
up on that.
Yeah, we'll go.
Well, get afraid.
Oh my goodness, my dude. Again, the chemistry, the way that Jack's like, come on, and Daniel's like, okay, let's settle this kindly.
Exactly.
Kind words. Oh my
So
goodness.
there's a list online of the Nox evolved abilities. And they include
that we don't know about?
heightened intellect. They also possess an astounding ability to comprehend and retain information with near perfect memory.
Where is they getting all this? Is this from like one of the role-playing games?
I don't know. Heightened perception and bioelectrical tuning.
goodness.
I know.
Well,
I'm so jealous.
that makes sense because they're able to activate the Stargate just with their bodies. So.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was trying to do the RPG,
and learn languages as well, really quickly.
The Unis, because I thought they were really cool, and I didn't want to go for the Nox, even though, like, deep down, I'm like, nah, the Nox are the best.
No, I think the Nox are cooler than the Unas.
They are. I think I just went for it because it's just too, like,
but they don't. Yeah,
everyone wants the option
cool,
of
but
the
they
fairy.
don't brag about it.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the Nox offshoot species?
Yes.
Yeah. The what is it called?
Oh, excuse me. I don't know what they're called. I know they're an offshoot because you can tell by the design and the background.
Shoot, what are they called?
Yeah, I should really go. I should pull out the book right now and find out.
I've got the book over here, but yeah,
I've got it behind me.
Another great reason to check out the role playing game if you want to play a Nox offshoot species.
Yeah, let me just mute my mic for a second when I rustle.
Go proceed to rustle.
Shackle.
Yeah,
mud. Look, all that mud.
I know. Oh, Canada.
Apparently, it rained a lot while they were shooting.
Yep, frequently.
That is the wrong rate. That's the wrong thing. I'm on the wrong page.
I'm ashamed of myself that I can't think of the species name.
Aturans?
Yes, the Aturan. Aturan.
Okay. I don't know how to say that. I say Aturan because I'm used to like hearing how they...
Yeah.
Wait, is that like another name they have, the Ancients in Stargate? Kind of like really similar to that?
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, anyway, them.
Perfect.
Everyone should go play the RPG.
Very well done.
Remember when I was a kid, I got really annoyed by this episode because I was like, Apophis is bad. Why won't you Nox just understand and help them pew this man?
Pew this man.
That's funny.
Yeah, but like, you know, as I got older, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I've got to appreciate that these people are pacifists and they're good.
Look how smug Shackle looks.
I killed her and now she's back.
And now he's going to go tell Apophis and everything's going to go bad.
What a dibby dobber.
Yeah. What is it? Snitches get stitches?
Yes, that's true.
He gonna get messed up in Korai, is it?
Yes, that's right. He appears in another episode, doesn't he?
Yeah, Korai. I forget that he appears in that one because I haven't seen Korai in so long.
Yeah, that's fine, but I typically skip.
You skip Korai?
Skip Korai?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Korai.
No,
I'll
I
put
don't
that
always
on sometimes
skip it,
just
but quite
to
often.
listen to the speeches in the courtroom.
Okay.
So good.
Sorry if I say your name wrong, but Erpel in the chat said Assurance. Thank you. I knew it was like I said Aturans, and I was like, why does it sound similar to? Yes,
okay. You're talking about from.
Thank you.
From the replicators from Atlantis. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I was like, it's an ancient name that they had, and it's the Aturans. Assurance. Crap, wrong one.
Yeah.
Getting them all mixed up. Oh, little Freyu. The very young do not always do as they're told.
I forgot to mention a goof. Apparently the color of the one on Daniel's SG-1 patch changes color from gray to black.
Yeah, like they did in the other episode.
Yeah.
We noticed that in The Sky is Orange.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
What is it? First Commandment.
Each team member had a different patch, didn't they?
See, now Jack has
they kept switching.
a gray.
Now start ratting them in. I just mixed two things together. Ratting them out, dobbing them in. Christ. I am absolutely biffing my words today.
Biffing?
Yeah. Because I couldn't remember what other word I was trying to say. My brain's
biffing.
all over the gap. Flub. That's the word I was looking for. Flubbing. Sorry,
That's a
guys,
new word for me.
Random English things I'm saying.
What was that word again?
So I said biffing, but I meant to flub. So like when you
flub.
often when you combine half of one word with the half of another word, you're going to say like as well and make it one word by accident. It's like a big flub.
Okay, I've never heard that phrase before, but I love it.
Well, use it. So I don't
feel
so alone.
No free.
I feel like he could have like captured this kid and done more with him.
That would have been an interesting approach. Take the child and,
Yeah, instead he just leaves him in. I'm
learn his magic.
Could have been a bit more evil because he loves to take kids. He loves to take kids and use them to manipulate SG-1, as does Nitty as well. Let's not forget that.
I mean, all things being equal, Apophis probably would have taken this child in a later season if he had the chance, because he would have wanted to access his.
I was going to say experiment
his powers. And
you know what he should have done? He should have shot Nitty a text and been like, "Babe, come over to this planet. Like, you can totally
the
make
perfect
your new host." Literally. Oh, oh my god, wait. Nah, she learned invisibility from was it the Ritu she got the invisibility from? Not the Nox.
Yeah, probably was the Ritu.
Wow. Because they use the same scanning thing.
You mean in terms of where Nirti got hers ability?
Yeah. Was it them or was it just in general?
Okay. Nirti was a scientist. She may have figured it out herself. But
I wonder if she came here, saw the Nox, and did something naughty.
Yeah,
yes, I forgot.
Also a Goa'uld who like to steal technology, so yeah, I'm sure she was inspired by something. Yeah.
Gosh, you said like the worst thing. He does not want to hear this. William just like came into the chat and said, "You up." That's exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you.
Hey, William.
Hey, William.
Hey, brother.
And Shimmerman is so good. Big voice actor too. Yeah, Jed Teg, I agree.
This is true.
I agree.
They psyched them out. Can actually keep an eye on them.
Oh my goodness. There's a moment coming up where like Teal'c's hiding behind a tree and that tree is way too small. You'll see, I'll point it out.
Very cartoony.
It felt like he was hiding behind a blade of grass is how it felt. So I'm always looking for that, like, because obviously for shots and angles, they're trying to get like certain things in certain places. Mm-hmm. But in this moment, I was like, oh, that's just, I can't even accept that.
Like an elephant trying to hide behind a blade of grass.
Yeah.
That's quite the analogy.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, they're right. They're right.
Did you
this is a great
speed of the
smart moment
passing through that energy field.
Yeah. I love that Jack used his brains. Like, he didn't need Sam to put two and two together for him. He did it already. Like, Sam's like, whoa, you did this kind of thinking without me?
This thing, yep.
Good gamble.
Gotta try.
Yeah.
Gotta defend these people.
Man, the reviving is so beautiful. Look at that.
Yep.
It was like, that dialogue was like perfect example of how Jack has very few words. Like, you know, he
doesn't need many words. He's a man of action. Yeah.
Everyone else has all the lines.
See, look at that tree. Did you see that?
And look at that stump in his hand.
And look, well, Daniel, I know you're standing like behind the tree that's actually the right size, but they can clearly see you as they're coming around.
Yeah.
Move.
It's like watching an episode of Doctor Who. It's like, okay, this is not... No one's really hiding here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a token.
Mess them up. Yeah.
There we go. Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Retreat.
Oh, no.
You baby.
That sounds like violence.
Look at this guy. This guy is so dumb with their crap. He's like, no, we are continuing.
We're gonna keep this up.
If they want to kill each other, that we can't get involved anymore.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, we're gonna find out if this works.
Will you though? Forget about that.
Oh, the Nox just ruined it.
I remember when I was a kid, this annoyed me so much, but to be honest, it's like it made sense for their characters, so I can't even be mad.
What a shot. That beautiful wide shot.
That is beautiful. Apparently there is another little goof around 41 minutes, apparently.
Coming
Give or
up
take
to it.
another minute. When the Nox City reappears, you can see a cable running horizontally across the screen.
No, you
Really?
can't. Don't say things like that.
that.
I'll be looking.
We'll see shortly.
Yeah, they don't need to use Stargate. They can use the old-fashioned way.
The reveal at the end of this episode was incredible, honestly. Like when I was a
Yep.
kid, I was like, what?
Yeah,
Like
it was so
I knew they were
good.
powerful already because I'd watched the other episode, but I didn't realize they had that. You
And
know?
they changed the effect in Out of Mind. They evolved the shot.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep.
Glad the kid's okay. See, look, they fit. Yeah, I love the way the guy says that. And Taser's like, "You fit for us," and it's like, "Yeah, of course."
How many
And
times
he
do we have
kinda
to prove it
appreciates
to
it.
you? Yeah.
Huh,
Yeah.
It would be just
We're
okay.
serious about this.
Like these are good people who want to help you, but not everyone from Earth is going to be that good.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, where's this damn cable?
I'm
Can't see it.
looking.
I'll rewatch it later if I have to, and I'll find it. Send you a picture.
Really cool.
Raj in the chat just said it's Atlantis. I did think that actually when upon rewatching it growing up after seeing Atlantis. I was like, oh, another flying city.
They created illustrations, concept art for what the city looked like, and they never went into it though.
It's a shame. I would have loved to
Yeah.
see the inside.
Yeah, that
You
would have been
can
really
see
cool.
the illustrations in the. I have a corresponding Dial the Gate episode that covers season 1 art.
Cool.
Oh,
I'll
I
go
saw,
watch
It's
yeah,
that.
I
really
saw
cool.
that. I haven't watched
Daniel's
it,
got
though.
the black patch.
That's the black one. The black
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Ugh. Everyone should have the same patch. Match.
I didn't see any
Yeah.
wires.
No consistency.
No.
I didn't see any wires either. I'm actually
Interesting.
disappointed.
They didn't
Dang
see
it,
you.
no gaff.
Maybe we needed to like pause and have a good look.
God, look, these guys just
Or maybe the Nox
realizing
made it
the mistake
invisible.
they made. Yeah.
Mm.
I love that quote. I love in Enigma when they start quoting the Nox at the
again.
end of the episode. It's fantastic. Anytime they come up, I'm always like, yes. And the fact that the entire show, the final episode, ends with them saying these kinds of quotes, it really brought me back to this. Like the last words they say before they go through the gate for the final time is stuff like this, you know? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Life is too short. Stuff like that.
Never run with
And it's
scissors.
just- never run with scissors.
Never run
Good
with
one.
scissors.
That's the Nox.
Raj said it would have been great to see Atlantis and the Nox City together. Yes, it would have. It would have.
So, which one
Matt,
would
what a
beat
nice
the other
episode.
one in a fight?
I'd like to think that the Nox city would have like some sort of what I'm going to say is like Wraith elements, or like Moya from Farscape, the biomechanical kind of ship. You know, that's kind of got some life to it, and like is like entwined with plants and flowers. That's
Could
how I
be.
imagine it. So
Yeah, could be something going on there. Nicole, come on back.
oh, we do not have our cameras on.
We do. You don't.
Hello.
There's your beautiful face.
There we go.
I should do it partway through the
Excellent.
credits, and I was like, oh. So
Thoughts on
That
the
was- that was-
episode?
great episode. You know what? I forgot how much I enjoy the Nox because I think I rewatched it a lot growing up, but it kind of started to grate on me a little bit. I was like,
I give it a 5 out of 7.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, I think
5.
I'd agree. Actually, a 5 out of 7 sounds like a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a strong show.
Yeah.
Mama Knox, I think I'm biased. 7 chevrons for me.
Oh,
That's
Mama,
funny.
no.
Thank you, Erica.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah, the Nox is always, so my mind changes with Stargate, like the weather, There are some episodes where I'm like, oh, this is garbage, but because I haven't seen it in a long time, I'm like, this is great, I love it. And I go through different phases of loving and hating episodes. The Nox is always one that I've always rated quite low.
Really?
But also but a good medium spot as well, because it's like, it's not a fantastic one, but it's an enjoyable one and it teaches you a lot. But like, now I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, no, it is like, yeah.
Well, art can affect you at different ways at different times of your life, and that's okay.
That's true.
Yeah, I need different episodes of Stargate depending on where I am. For example, at the moment, I'm very season 9 and 10 in terms of when I watch it by myself. However, with you guys now that I'm reminiscing to season 1, I'm like, whoa, this is even better because I've got you guys here and I'm enjoying
Well, you're
it.
experiencing it it in some ways for the first time because you're being exposed to a lot of new information.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
And it's a very deliberate analysis of art, which does not, frankly, happen very often. When most of us are consuming it, we're consuming it fairly passively. So
exactly.
Yep.
No, I've been enjoying doing all this research and looking into it.
And we've been thankful that you've been staying up so late.
It's my pleasure.
There's my tattoo. It looks lopsided when I turn my hand around, but like, it's in,
oh, there it is.
At the perfect moment. There we
go. Mine's on my leg. You can't. I won't.
Yeah. Oh, come on, hike it up. No.
No, I'm trying to do that whole like news reporter thing where it's like a business up top, but down below I'm just wearing pajamas.
Oh, I'm wearing pajamas right now. So.
All right, gang. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Our audience is slowly growing.
You know, there are so many familiar names now where like I know everyone. Or I feel like I know everyone now. You know, there's so many regulars as well coming in. It's really nice.
We had a couple of guest appearances with some friends.
I don't know where some of these people are from, but if you're ever around the UK at conventions, be like, hey, are you around? And I'll be like, yeah, let's get a coffee or something. You know.
Absolutely.
I'm always happy to
I would love to know if there's any more Australians or anyone from the Southern Hemisphere online, but I doubt it.
I pray for you. There was that guy who was watching in China, so at least
that's right.
They're probably all sensible and asleep. There was that person from China. You're right.
I don't remember which person that was.
Next week we've got Brief Candle and Thor's. No, next week we're off.
Next week we have a bye.
Yes, we're off.
And yes.
So
I'm so gutted. I want to complain about Brief Candle. We've got to wait 2 weeks.
Brief Candle and Thor's Hammer will be 2 weeks from now, and then we will. That will be our last episode of the year.
Yes.
And then
we'll need to try and tone down my reactions.
And then Brief Candle and Bloodlines. We're halfway through season 1. Can you believe it?
Hey,
that's crazy.
I can't believe we made it past First Commandment, to be honest. That was like, I was dreading it so much. Now that we're past that, we've got nothing but fun ahead of us.
Are you serious?
No.
Brief Candle's way worse.
Now, Brief Candle, oh my, okay, we're going to argue about it next time.
But I mean, Thor's Hammer is like quality.
Thor's Hammer and Torment of Tantalus are 2 of the best episodes of the season, in my opinion, because also James L. Jones's voice, as the Unas is incredible.
Agreed.
I love it. I love to hear it. My
that was a nice surprise.
Watch it. Yeah. So I'm super excited. We've got some bangers. We're going to have some great arguments in 2 weeks, Yvie. I can't wait. It's going to be so opposing points of view on an episode.
Formulate my arguments.
How many times have you seen Brief Candle?
A bunch of times.
Okay. I've seen it like a good 50.
Not enough to fall in love with it.
Yeah, I've seen it enough to fall in love with it, get mad at it, and still be in love.
No, the older I get, the more angry it makes me.
Maybe when I hit your age, I'll change my mind, but you know.
Oh, when I hit your age.
Okay.
Holy Hannah.
Holy Hannah.
Holy Hannah.
But I'm very excited. David, I don't know if you're going to have any strong opinions on Brief Candle, but please shoot them my way, or Evie's way, depending on who you agree with.
I hope not.
he's gonna be Nox and like very neutral.
Yeah, gonna be in the middle, kind of watching our argument like a tennis match, just like
like a tennis match.
It is perhaps my least favorite episode of season 1.
Whoa.
Okay. Thank you.
Madness.
Thank you.
But, did I give Emancipation a 1?
Nah, you were gentler than that. At least like a 2.
Did I give it a 2?
A little bit more.
I can tell you right now, Brief Candle is likely going to be a 1.
What?
So...
Are we allowed to go minus chevrons?
What is happening? Okay, I just want to say I respect everyone's opinions. I just can't believe how
I respect you, but what?
Literally.
What are you thinking?
What is happening?
But like ultimate respect.
The makeup,
the Pelops was
so
great.
Bad.
So many cool things happened. I can't believe it. I can't believe this nonsense I'm hearing.
It's the
Worship Pelops?
It was just really
so
interesting.
Bad.
It was so
no,
good. I'm so excited.
No.
I'm so excited to
argue
with you
guys. by like a floral.
Just ignore that part, and it's great.
You know, yeah.
He's taking advantage.
Just ignore that.
It's very bad.
just ignore it. It's great.
It didn't happen. It's just a flesh wound.
Just push it aside. He wasn't raped.
Gosh.
They went there. All right.
They did.
Guys, thank you so much for making this episode possible, Nicole and Yvie. My thanks to my moderators who were in the chat today, Anthony.
Stellar jobs, guys.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. And Linda Gategaber Fury helping with some of her notes there. We will see you in 2 weeks. So we'll have Dial the Gate next week with Paul Mully. I'm trying to squeeze another episode in there, but we'll see. But Wormhole Extremists will be back in 2 weeks. So we will see you soon. Take care of yourselves, folks.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.